Hey guys, welcome back to Mechanically Incorrect. So today I want to do a little video about the Cerastus Knight Lancer. This is my Cerastus Knight Lancer that I picked up a couple weeks ago, and I know when I got mine I had a ton of questions on kind of posing, how it would look, and honestly like what knight house to paint it as, or if I should even paint it as a house. So I wanted to give you guys a bit of a size comparison to see kind of how it looks next to other minis that I own, and just a couple of my general thoughts and tips and tricks that I had when building it. So this is my Cerastus Knight Lancer, and I painted it in House Marmagon colors. I changed up the traditional House Marmagon colors a little bit, but I kind of liked how it turned out, and it's kind of got this deep, darker kind of a green, a blue, like deep sea color. And then a little bit of House Marmagon regalia all over it. And I like to do like dioramas on the bases of these larger models, so I've got, I'll add some images afterward of, there's a little guardsman down there and an electric fence of where this guardsman kind of got his legs blown off. But I'll add some stills in and maybe a couple of different angles so you guys can see everything down there a little bit better. So this is my, again, this is my Knight Cerastus Lancer, and now I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a size comparison. So I collect Guard. I'm a big fan of Guardsmen and all their models and everything, so I have a ton of little Guard minis. This is a Tempestus Scion that I just put together, and you can see he is micro compared to this Knight. He looks very small. I have a Knight, I have a Guardsman on the base over here that's kind of dying. He's got his legs chopped off. He was just a little bit of extra sprue there, but this Guardsman is barely the size of this Knight's foot. Like, this Guardsman is micro compared to this Knight. So there's the Guardsman. This is one of the new Night Lord Chaos Space Marines out of the Nightmare box from Kill Team. I will be building that with the other channel member, and we will kind of give you guys a review on that. So as you can see, even a Space Marine is pretty small comparatively. So continuing on from the Space Marine, we will go to a slightly larger item. So this is a Tau broadside battlesuit, which is essentially a crisis battlesuit. And this one is a little bit hunched over. His base stance is a little bit hunched, but even still, you can see he pales in comparison to this Knight. Just absolutely small compared to this Knight. And we'll go up from there. This is the new Leman Russ kit. The Command Leman Russ from the new 30K kit. And barely even goes up to his knees, even with the Commander sticking out of the cupola. Just a massive Knight. Even compared to other Knights, he has inches on other Knight patterns. And I wanted to end this kind of size comparison off with a Riptide. So the Cerastus Knight Lancer compared to a fully built, fully modeled Riptide. And the Riptide is not a small model, if any of you know. This is a Guardsman on that Riptide base. The Riptide is massive. However, this Knight is just gigantic. So there's a bit of our size comparison. I wanted to go through and just kind of give you guys a couple of building tips that I had when I was building my Knight. So a couple of things about this Knight is he'll have nubs on all of his leg pieces that will kind of, this is the base, how he's supposed to be modeled. And there are little nubs in there that will kind of tell you exactly where you need to glue it and everything to make it work. And what I found is I wanted my first Knight to be honestly a little bit vanilla. I didn't want to change up too much about him. I did a lot on his base, and I was okay with that. I've seen him with one leg up, like in a dive. I've seen them, on their knees. I've seen them doing just about everything. But I wanted to keep my Knight pretty standard for the most part. The next thing is the arms. and the arms are wonderful. They are super movable. Like this lance, as long as you don't glue everything, the lance will go totally in and totally right back out again pretty easily. And then the arm also rotates in every direction, which is really cool. And what I recommend is painting this guy in sub-assembly. So I left all of the armor plates off, like even this top piece I left off. The shoulder pads, the knee pads, and all the leg pads, I left them off and I painted them separately. And it made painting way easier. But another big thing was you could remove the arms incredibly easy. And the arms come out just really simple. You rotate them up in that 90 degrees, and then they just pull right out. And that is super nice for two things, transport and also painting. So it made painting, like if you see the back of this knight, I did a very simple, I basted it in Chaos Black, and then I just dry brushed with Lead Belcher with a good large brush for dry brushing. And it honestly turned out wonderful. I'm not sure if the camera's really catching it, but the light just catching those little hints of metal. It looks really good. And I loved how it turned out. And then I think that pretty much anything circular should be cast. So I did that as like a cast bronze kind of. And I think it looks pretty good. It adds a little bit of extra color. But yeah, so I finished the entire skeleton of the knight before I did the armor panels. And then I did the armor panels separately. And then that's another thing too. The pilot comes out really easy, just like that, and then you can detail your pilot as much as you like. And mine, I actually didn't glue it at all, so I left it very detachable, so you can take everything apart like that, and you can actually see the pilot inside of there. It made painting him much easier, and now I can kind of show him off to my friends when they say, "Wow, your pilot looks so good." I'm totally kidding. I don't have friends. But aside from that, it is actually a really easy kit. Everything kind of comes together really easily, and everything comes apart really easily as well. Like specifically with this pilot, kind of command module sitting on top of the knight. But yeah, so this has been my Knight Cerastus Lancer. I have loved this kit. I think it is an amazing kit. It's my first Knight, and it's very posable. It's very you can do a ton with this kit. A lot of the pieces are designed to move, and it just has so many big canvases for you to mark and kind of leave your identity on, right? And yeah, so that has been my Knight Cerastus Lancer and size kind of preview with a couple of other models. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and if you have any video recommendations or anything you guys would like to see, please let us know. We're trying to make content every day, so have a wonderful day, and this has been Mechanically Incorrect.